Coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere in the windswept plains of Oklahoma, I'm your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Today is December 22nd. This is the ongoing On the Trail of a Nephilim and, of course, our daily UFO update. So all week we've been talking about America's Stonehenge. You can see the sun directly behind the standing stone. And I've talked about this before. It's a fascinating site in New Hampshire, but we get a lot of new people here. And so I'm going to show you a map that they did in just a little bit. But first, a word from our sponsor, Virtual Shield.
A new surveillance bill will allow Australia to spy on their citizens' internet activity. This bill gives the Australian government the right to disrupt private citizens' computers, hack their online accounts, and modify or delete data. Unbelievable. Government overreach and corporate trafficking are the top reasons why VPNs are becoming more popular. When it comes to VPNs, Virtual Shield is the one we use here. And here's why. Firstly, Virtual Shield is a no-log VPN. That means Virtual Shield doesn't store your search history on their servers. Secondly, it's the fastest and easiest VPN we've ever used. Third, they have a 30-day free trial. Folks, if you want to stay anonymous online, you'll love Virtual Shield. So you can try it 30 days for free, plus 50% off for life if you hurry. Go to virtualshield.com/LA. That's virtualshield.com/LA. virtualshield.com/LA. Check it out today, folks. Remember, 30-day free trial plus 50% off for life.
So thank you, YouTubers, all you people that come here. We've had 2.8 million views on our YouTube channel, and we thank you for that. And of course, the most viewed video was the UFO video, which is free. You can go there. The link is right there in the text box below. Please check it out. It's that important. And right on the other side of the break, we'll be talking about another UFO update, and I think you'll find this one pretty interesting. It's, again, CE1, Close Encounters of the First Kind, but I digress. So this is a shot that Dennis Stone took a few days ago. You can see the sun directly behind the standing stone, America's Stonehenge. America's Stonehenge, 4,000-year-old site in New Hampshire. We believe it was built by the Canaanites. I call it Nephilim architecture, fallen angel technology, and I'll show you why in just a second. So there's another shot, beautiful shot of the sun setting behind us, the winter solstice. Of course, that was yesterday, the shortest day of the year. So whoever built this site was obsessed with solstices, equinoxes. Here's a shot of the same stone from basically almost 100 years ago now, and there it is. So whoever did this spent an inordinate amount of time setting the stones in precise location, but here's the rub. They had to know winter, summer solstice, the equinoxes, the lunar progression, the whole deal. That site, by the way, is built on an 18-and-a-half-year lunar cycle. Someone wrote in a little while ago and says, you know, it doesn't matter because it's always an 18-and-a-half-year lunar cycle, so it doesn't really matter where you... It does matter, because if you go back 4,000 years and you don't know it's an 18-and-a-half-year lunar cycle, how do you track it? If you know it's an 18-and-a-half-year lunar cycle, then that's one thing. Then you can at least figure something out from there. And even then, it would be very difficult. The moon comes up in a different place every night, and it sets in a different place. Check it out. Just spend 3 to 4 days and then say to yourself, how would I track that on a piece of paper? Well, go back 4,000 years ago. Deer hide? Are you kidding me? Buffalo hide? How do you crunch the data? 18-and-a-half years where the lunar module, I was going to say, where the moon is changing. And then what happens if you get 5 days of rain? Folks, we know from the book of Enoch that a fallen angel by the name of Sariel handed this information way back when. And who's ever doing this, they're obsessed with the 18-and-a-half-year lunar cycle. They are obsessed with solstices and equinoxes. They're just, and also when when the sun is completely eclipses, full-blown eclipses. They knew that. So something else is going on here. Now, when we were in the war room, this is all in the Axis Mundi, episode 5 of On the Trail of a Nephilim. This is a map that Dennis Stone showed us. So we're this is all in the film. We're in what we call the war room. It's upstairs in the museum. Once again, America Stonehenge, New Hampshire. Please visit it if you're at all in the area. I promise you, you will find it amazing. So Dennis unfolds this map, and let's just walk through this. Here's the polar star alignment stones. And guess where that lined up to? Draco. Now, you think that's just a coincidence that the entire site is aligned with the constellation Draco, the dragon? Who is the dragon? I mean, I'm not making this stuff up, folks. There it is. And then we can see, look at all these other sunrise, sunsets, equinoxes, the whole deal. It's all there. When they bought the site, when Dennis Stone's father bought the site in the 60s, he had no knowledge of any of this. This is their research. And of course, in my opinion, the greatest archaeological discovery of the 21st century is by Kelsey Stone, who showed the connectivity between America Stonehenge and Stonehenge, England. But if you look at all these arrows that are here, they point to different sites, and I'm going to get into that tomorrow. Folks, if you're at all interested, please check out the Axis Mundi, episode 5 of On the Trail of a Nephilim. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a hidden history that has been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. That's why we are on the trail. We'll see you on the other side of the break with an interesting UFO report.
I've seen a UFO.
I've seen a UFO.
And I saw a UFO.
A UFO.
So here's our very special UFO presentation. It's close encounters of the first kind. Close encounters of the first kind is when you see an object in the sky, a light in the sky. You're not sure, it looks like a craft, whatever, about the size of your thumbnail. If you hold your thumb up like that, it's about the size of your thumbnail. Close encounters of the second kind is when that craft is less than 50 feet away. So we haven't had any of these in a while, 50 feet and less. If you've got something like that up close and personal, please shoot me an email, la@lamarzulli.net. If you've been taken and abducted, please let me know. Shoot me an email, la@lamarzulli.net. We're looking for people to come on the record with abduction stories, probably for episode 3 of our UFO film. By the way, I'm back in the saddle here in Oklahoma. I will be editing the second film. I'm also doing some new interviews for that. More about that in the upcoming days. But here's the shot. And, I've watched this about 4 or 5 times now. I don't think it's a lens flare. I don't think we're looking at the reflection of the moon or something else inside the house. The person who sent it to me said she was outside a while back in Kentucky. She looked up and she saw this thing and she grabbed her phone and took a video. When you look at it, it's kind of jumping around. The larger light obviously is the moon, but look at this light right below it. Let's watch the video. And you can see it. It's right here. Now, I've seen this before in other videos, erratic movements like this. Very erratic. Look at that. It's almost like someone's got a laser pointer and is messing around, in the sky, almost. But I really don't know what to make of it. If you've got an idea of what we're looking at here, she maintains that it was silent. It was a UFO, and that light was hopping all around. Let me tell you a quick story. My wife and I are driving on the Kilpatrick Turnpike last year. We're driving home from dinner with Bob Ulrich and his lovely wife, Chrissy. And we're driving back, and there's a stretch of road on the Kilpatrick Turnpike right before the 35. It's about 4 or 5 miles, and it's pretty desolate. And we're driving, I'm driving, Peggy's in the passenger seat. Peggy goes, wow, what's that? I look over to the right. I see this light, and the light's kind of bouncing around. I go, oh, it's probably one of those spotlights from a car dealership, right? And then the light bulb goes off and go, you know, that's not what it is. And Peggy goes, no, I don't think it's that at all. And this thing followed us at treetop level for probably 2 or 3 miles until we began to pray. Rebuke first, ask questions later. The moment we started to pray, bam, the thing just shot off like that. Why? Because it was in our immediate area. Who knows what would have happened had we not taken authority over it. We took authority over what we were looking at because as believers, we have the authority. When it's in close proximity, and was it close encounters of the second kind, less than 50 feet away? No, but it was certainly a lot closer than that thumbnail. When you hold your hand up like this and you look at your thumbnail, that's the size of the craft. This thing was right over the treetops. Did I see an object? No, I didn't. Peggy got some of it on her cell phone. It's very blurry. This thing was bouncing, very similar to what we see in this video, erratically, just kind of bouncing around like this. So we've seen this before. That was my 3rd sighting, Peggy's 4th sighting of the phenomena. I have no desire to see these things, which is why I coined the phrase, rebuke first, ask questions later. UFOs are real, burgeoning, not going away. Watch our free film. We are working on part 2, ruminating on part 3. We'll see what happens with that. It will be released for free. Why? Because the information's too important, in my opinion, and it's for the kingdom. So people can't say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be charging for this. Hey, guess what? We're not. It's free. If you want to contribute to this, end of year giving, please shoot us go to our website, lamarzulli.net, lamarzulli.net. Donate for the film. Just say for the film. We can use it because, you know, it takes hours. I've got 3 interviews I'm going to do while here in Oklahoma. I won't tell you who they are, but I've got a guy coming in tomorrow in studio and we'll be interviewing him for the second film. I think you'll find it interesting because disclosure is going to happen. There's no doubt about that. So what will you do when it happens? Folks, watch the film. It's free. It's on YouTube. Anyway, that's all the time I have for. Thanks so much for watching On the Trail of a Nephilim and, of course, our daily UFO update. If you have a story, have film, have a good still photograph of a UFO, please shoot me an email, la@lamarzulli.net. Merry Christmas. We'll be back here tomorrow with another episode.